Today we're going to be doing our first play of stories.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Renard plundered them of music, cards, and wine.
Oh, what a hard
But
one.
the Emperor had changed. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. So they'd burnt the librarians, the citizens.
What?
My mother died for this book! Stop! He shouted. I'm not giving you the book!
Oh boy.
And a goblet nailed it to his eye.
Right.
The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes.
Oh no.
A kid-sized pile of ashes.
No.
Damn it. Why hadn't he
Oh
lied?
my
Told the kid
God.
he'd take the book to the rebels.
G'day guys, my name is Jack in Action, and as you saw, we're going to be revisiting Stories The Path of Destinies in this part 2. And as you can see, I have my friend behind me. Her name is Dea. She'll be judging everything I do silently, and I hope that she will be an accurate reflection of what the audience will be like as well. So with that in mind, let's get straight into it. Okay, this is interesting, because I've got, you can read that there. Renato and Lapino were back together, but Renato still needed a game changer to save the rebellion. Maybe Lapino is right. Maybe they should go kidnap the Emperor's only daughter and greatest general, Zenobia. Extracting intel out of her would turn the tide in civil war. Or, Renato and Lapino were back together, but Renato still needed a game changer to save the rebellion. Even though Renato could no longer get the Skyripper's armature, its core was still within reach. Maybe he could still harness its power with Lapino's help. He's not Latino, he's a rabbit. What should I do?
Get the thing.
Get the thing.
To make the Skyripper, the Transcendent Emperor had wrapped an armature around the eye of a god. Bernardo had already let that armature slip away to save Lapino's life. But even its core, the eye torn from a god, surely they could fashion a great weapon from that. The core of the Skyripper? Lapino's excited. That's an actual thing that we could just go and get. You've been busy. He sure had. Renato told him all the things he'd been up to. Soon they got to talking about old times, about wages they'd won and lost, and scrapes they'd barely got out of. It was good to be back with his friend.
Alright, get the thing. If the game falls apart, because that can happen, you can just die. That's how some game stories end. Blame the Frenchie, alright? She's French, so already she's got some faults. You confirm for the audience that you are French, please?
I am.
Yeah. See? Should have said bonjour.
She totally should have.
But something was not quite right.
I have a bad feeling about this. It's the name of the chapter. Get the Skyripper core. Alright. Jump down the well. This is only gonna end well, I think. So for those who are just tuning in, this game can get very dark very quickly. So be prepared for that. Ooh. Okay, it's been a while, so if I suck, then that's what I do.
Where did that go to?
Fun fact is, stab points. How do I grab you? Oh no!
Shall we just agree to disagree? Said Renato. No?
Oh jeez. Let's go. Oh.
Renato felt wrong
jeez.
all over. He could feel an almost palpable sickness in the air. And if the land could have tumors, they would look like these monstrous crystals. The forest was quieter than it had been. There were insects, but few birds, if you didn't count the ravens. Renato smelled sick animals and dying ones, but no healthy ones. And getting a bad feeling about this, Renato thought. Maybe Lupino was right. Maybe they should have kidnapped Zenobia instead of coming here.
Oh dear. Maybe we should have kidnapped instead of coming here, Data. Why are you so obsessed with things? Is it because it was shiny or something? For the record, guys, I wanted to kidnap the lady because I like these characters. But, say la vie. Oh, I really need. Oh no!
To die, he thought.
No. There's a way to grab, but I couldn't figure out. Oh no, there it is. Holding square. More of that. Oh. No. Oh.
Where Renato went next, we cannot follow. Yet.
Basically, everybody's gonna die, kids. Just in case you didn't know. Unless you're Christopher Lee, who I'm convinced is just hiding until it's safe for him to come out. Okay. There's a lot of ravens here, and it's not really explained why. But
Come over here. Okay, here's the. As he held the radiant icosahedron, Renato felt queasy. Like dozens of tiny worms were nibbling his insides. It wasn't healthy to be so close to the eye of a god. How could he use it? He could take it to the observatory. The scientist there could tell him how to harness its ancient power. But honestly, Renato ached to get away from it. He brought the core back with him to the Farfarer. But honestly, Renato ached to be rid of it. Tell you what, said Lupino. I'll take it to the observatory. You attack the Imperial Outpost. The Imperial Outpost was a vital communications node. Taking it could shatter the Empire's ability to coordinate. And it would be full of secret plans and maps and maybe even rebel prisoners. It was a good target for a hero like Renato. But what if Lupino got the core and then broke it or lost it? Or worse, was Renato ready to take that risk? Maybe it was better if he brought the core to the scientists himself.
Okay. So, I can attack the Imperial Outpost, or I can take the core to the scientists myself. Personally, I'm going for the core, bringing it myself, because Lupino is a little bit irresponsible. He's a gambler and a rabbit, just saying. They're, generally a bit selfish. Thoughts?
Bring it.
Bring yourself.
Lupino was a touchy rabbit. Renato knew that. You're brave, I know, Renato said. But this is what I was hired to do. At least let me run ahead and warn the scientists you're coming. So, Lupino was intent on being a hero, just like him. War made sensible men crazy for glory, and Lupino had never been sensible.
This is really tense. I'm waiting for it to bite me in the ass. Because the game is heavily telling me you made the wrong choice getting the core instead of the girl. Which, I appreciate. in a, you know, cartoony anthropomorphic game, you know, existential dread. I think that's great.
As Renato watched Lupino vanish on the horizon, he could feel nausea building in him. He felt ill.
Can I get some health?
Would his knees really be aching this much? But how could he have handed the core off to Lupino? That was a recipe for disaster. Who needed bridges anyway?
Alright, I'm on a lift. And I've got a sickness around me, which is probably due to the core that I was told to get. Oh god.
Renato felt a little better.
Don't listen to the French kids. Alright. Wouldn't be surprised if it's actually... No, it is. It's draining my health. It's draining my health. I hate you. I hate you. There you are. Makes good television at least. Okay. Attack immediately when the previous attack hits to land a perfect strike. Countering an attack now causes
He missed his old skills. He welcomed them back like he was at a reunion. Renato felt worse. All his joints were aching now.
He'd been through beatings that felt better than this. That's what's coming from holding this core.
The core had a kind of poison that could harm you without even touching you. That's new. Well, it had power. The rebellion needed something with power. And how was this any worse than a sword wound? Well, a death by sword was sudden and fair. This was just squalid.
The game is literally taunting me for making the wrong decision here. Death by sword is fair. This is squalid. This is horrible.
What did you do if one of these platforms stalled?
I'm on 5 health. God almighty. I hate it. This is horrible. I'm on 5 health. No! No! Oh my god, it just missed. No! No!
Where was the cake?
What was the cake?
Been promised cake.
I had been promised cake. This is awful. No! Oh god. The button to activate is also the button for sword. So, like, I'm often slashing the lever to know what to do. I hate it.
Energy steers.
Oh god. Okay.
Easy to dodge, but boy do they sting if you didn't pay attention.
I hate it. No. So basically, I can't get hit once. This is terrible. They're everywhere.
The way they stayed back and lobbed pain and death from a distance. Cowards. Really
Avoid the Warlock's fire
dangerous,
spell. It will
effective
damage
cowards.
everywhere in the area once it explodes. No! I'm on 10 health and I'm not happy, alright? Oh good, I've got orbs. I need orbs. I need health. I'm on 10 health! This is terrible! Oh, jeez. There's an eye in the door. Just when I think this game couldn't get any darker, now it gives me, like, actual fear for my life.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists everywhere. Renato found the mad rabbit cowering under a desk.
Rabbit is scared.
The ravens.
Oh god, the ravens killed the scientists.
Said Lupino.
It's all over. Oh no.
How did you... Well, see, I was doing a card trick with my lucky
The
dip.
rabbit survived.
And I kind of bobbled the cards, so I went under the desk to gather them up and...
What a shame.
Boom! I guess we'll have to take the car straight to the secret base. The secret rebel base. Yes. They had engineers there. But wait.
Calaveras.
Calaveras.
The sage in the mountains.
The sage in the mountains. Maybe he would know what to do with the naked core.
Oh, God. I've made a huge mistake with this fucking thing. I'm still having to carry it. Okay, cool. I can either go to Calaveras, was the expert of the Sky Ripper, but did he have the necessary equipment alone out there in the mountains? Or could bring the core to the rebel base. The engineers there would hopefully tinker something. I'm just going to say, go to the expert. That seems like the logical thing to do, no?
Yep, and go to the Ice Sage.
Yeah.
The core was killing him. He needed help. The sage, Calaveras, had given him the maps to find the armature and the core. If anyone knew the true name of the Transcendent Emperor, if anyone knew how to assemble the Sky Ripper, Calaveras did. If anyone could heal Reynardo and render the core safe, at least to its bearer...
I need healing too?
Surely it was he.
So it poisoned me immeasurably from carrying the fucking thing. Here's the thing. If I went with that kidnapping the person there, I'm just saying, I probably would have gotten laid too. Because that's how these stories work. That's how these stories work. You kidnap her, and she's all, no, I hate you. And then she falls in love with you.
The base of the mountain was the only safe place for a landing. You would have to continue on foot. Muscles aching.
I hate it.
Calaveras was a scholar,
but a doctor.
not a doctor. Could he really save Reynardo from the poison radiating from the lost god's eye he was so recklessly carrying?
Have I found any gems? I don't think so. No. Health, as it turns out, is sparse when you need it. There was plenty before. Alright.
Die.
No fun way to
Even
die.
if he survived. No one would write ballads about the fox whose knees ached forever, would they? Not unless he paid for it. He hated paying for publicity.
Reynardo could feel his wounds closing. It was weird.
Oh god. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it now.
It was chilling walking through the living mountains. There was always noise up ahead. Insects, birds, the croak and flutter of ravens arranging ambushes. But close by, there was only the breeze and the trickle of melting snow. As if every living thing was holding its breath for his poisonous burden to move on.
Even the mountains don't want me. I'm that poison. I'm just giving you context. To be fair, I had no idea what that would end up that way. I suppose it's kind of obvious in retrospect, like, hey, you don't have the thing to control the core, but you can get the core. Cool.
A lever? That was new. Most people still use... Calaveras was a renowned scientist before he was forced into exile. Now, he was practically the last scientist. And he was Reynardo's last hope.
Alright, heading to the scientists, who will hopefully... No! I made a mistake. There were pillars that I could have killed. Okay. I have a skill point. Attack immediately. Increase your maximum health. Yeah.
Oh, the core! Splendid! Croaked Calaveras. Where's the armature? Right, I was kind of hoping you wouldn't need it.
No, I don't. It's just a professional interest. We've got much better prismatics than the old TE ever did.
So Calaveras was an arcane
scientists can
engineer.
help me, it seems.
He fussed at the core all day. He wrapped it with silver chains, and in front of it, he placed a huge round ruby so that it looked like a monstrous floating eye. So, what is it?
Yeah, I call it the oculum. It's my very first death ray.
Okay, he's making a death ray.
And it won't poison me?
Oh, no. It's completely safe now.
Anything I should watch out for?
Yeah, try to avoid pointing at any mirrors.
As he loaded the oculum onto the Farfarer, Bernardo was a little concerned about Calaveras. People who were utterly sure of themselves, he had found, were either experts or horribly wrong. Or both. But Bernardo only needed to fire the oculum once. He only needed to destroy one ship, the Emperor's ship, and the war was over. Bernardo plunged into the Imperial fleet. He felt the oculum humming. He no longer felt sick. This was going to be fun.
Okay.
Or at least, it was going to be over.
You know what? I was going to leave it there, but let's keep going. There's a final battle ahead. Maybe this version of the game is over. Interesting. Have I made the right decision after all? I don't know.
More like if I made the right decision after all.
I'm sorry, did you press the button? Did you get poisoned for the past 20 minutes?
Bernardo resisted the temptation to fire the oculum until the time came. He could sense its arcane energies yearning to escape the sage's wrappings. But it wasn't eating him alive. So that was a plus. He felt good about himself.
Use the oculum on the Emperor. Alright. I can do that. Can I go this way? Probably not, given my wrong sword. Not really giving me many opportunities to get the right sword, but whatever, guys. The death ray is being used.
That was awesome.
Oh my god. I feel better now. Alright, thank you, I guess. Still, might have gotten late putting it out there. If I missed another treasure box because I walked forward, damn it. Okay, fine.
What were these poles exactly? Parking meters from the time of the lost gods?
Oh my god. This death ray is pretty scary, to be honest. It's just shooting stuff of its own accord. Alright.
There were stickers all over the platform for really hot lady foxes, with pictures, addresses, and everything.
Oh! One kill and I'm dead. One hit, probably. Alright. Whoa, okay. No, this is free. Oh man, what are you doing? Oh man.
Bernardo wondered if he could learn to cook this way. Probably not. Bernardo's arm was getting tired. The core was no longer eating at him, but he still felt weak. His stamina was shot. But he had the oculum. When the ravens swarmed him, it would sometimes fire its death ray. It seemed to be warming up too, firing more and more often. Maybe he should let it cool off. He decided to stop using it entirely.
I didn't. You decided. I'll tell you when you can not use the death ray, motherfucker. I'm playing you. Almost there, I'd say. Oh, whoa. Whoa, jeez.
odd. The oculum was still hot to the touch. He almost thought it was getting even hotter.
It's like a small Death
Well, that was
Star.
ridiculous,
Isn't
of
it,
course.
I just got?
Anyway, he'd only to fire it one more time, and then he could chuck the whole contraption into the abyss, and the Emperor's ship was now in range. Reynardo squinted. He could make out the line of ravens protecting the ship. Zenobia in front, conjuring. And on the deck, yes, that was His Imperial Majesty, pacing in his golden armor. Reynardo lined up his shot and fired. Caught in the beam, the ship burst into flames. The ravens and Zenobia exploded. The Emperor, too, exploded. Reynardo waited for the beam to stop, but it only got brighter, and the oculum hotter. Frantic, Reynardo pulled the oculum towards the abyss. The ruby burst into flames. The shiny metal casing glowed, then melted. That was good. Now the core could cool off, right? Reynardo ran. The blast incinerated him instantly, along with both fleets. The shockwave could be felt across all Erda. That winter, with neither Empire nor rebels to rule them, the islands slid into banditry. And so began the Second Age of Darkness.
Wow.
Okay, that was weird. He could have sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Ubar. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Ubar years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there.
Wow.
Had all those years fighting the Empire been nothing but a vision into the future? A useful vision if it was true.
So Dea, your decision
something.
basically
The core
meant
was
that
powerful,
I saved the
but
kingdom,
dangerous if used improperly.
killed the Emperor, and then killed everything else, including me, and led to a second Dark Age where basically everyone's a bandit and is stealing and killing each other. So, the French make good decisions, guys. That's what I'm saying. My goodness. Okay. The Sky Ripper core is unstable. New truth revealed. Thanks for that. So, our new location is unlocked.
He'd made
And
bad choices.
triangle to continue.
But now, when the real battle came, he wouldn't make those choices. He wouldn't make the same mistake twice.
Wow.
The book's pages began to flip backwards,
towards
the beginning. And he realized that his
book's
adventure
pages
was
begin to
just
flip
beginning.
backwards towards the beginning.
The clouds
And he realized his
parted over the
adventure was
Isles of
just beginning. So basically
Boreas.
what this is
It was
Groundhog
time to
Day, but with
choose.
animals.
The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced.
They needed a game changer.
Reynardo knew that using it
Pieces
could
of
go
the Sky Ripper had
catastrophically wrong.
surfaced.
But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of
Reynardo was
empty
sure that
desert.
using parts of it
The
would
Emperor
go
had
wrong.
brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient
And
burial
also
by
there's
his
a temple
obscene
of
rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Reynardo.
God.
On the other hand, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Lapino was no game changer, but
His old
could
friend
Reynardo
Lapino
really
needed
leave an old
rescuing.
friend to the
Do you
ravens?
remember? Oh dear. Alright. Well, I think I'm gonna leave it there, guys. So that was part 2 of Stories the Path of Destinies. We decided to go for the core of the Sky Ripper. That did not end well overall. It did technically do what I needed it to do, but it also killed me and a lot of other innocent people. And doomed the race, not humanity, but the whatever race it is, to a life of danger. Where everyone's bandits and stealing from each other. So, I will be back. We will be playing part 3 together. Dea will maybe be making decisions for us. If you have a decision, please leave it in the comments. We can either rescue Lapino again, we can build the Sky Ripper entirely this time, or we can find the temple which is made of Iblis stone. The ancient artifact may contain the power to bring down the Empire. So those are your options. Leave them in the comments below. Dea, what is your vote for the record?
Find the temple.
Find the temple. Okay, so that's her record. I think I'm going to rescue Lupino again because I have a feeling people power is what's going to save us. There's some sort of message about friends and so on. So that's my vote. That's Dea's vote. Leave your vote down in the comments below, and I will see you guys on the internet. Jack in Action, out.